Now, available as I record this via importers, but with a full UK launch apparently imminent, this is the POCO F2 Pro from Xiaomi, and it's very solid. Solid in terms of build, solid in terms of specs, and solid in terms of future-proofing. With a likely price tag just below £500 to get a Snapdragon 865 and 6 or 8 gig of RAM with full 5G, your ears should already be pricking up. Why spend nearer £1,000 when half of this will get you a true flagship? Now, POCO is one of the Xiaomi brands and shares the usual MIUI 11 skin and the Xiaomi first-party software, but this isn't any more objectionable than Huawei's EMUI or Oppo's ColorOS skin, so I'm not going to complain too much. You get an app drawer, you do get the Google Play Store and all Google apps, not necessarily a given these days. You do get a fairly vanilla POCO branded launcher that comes with the Google Now experience available by default off to the left. By default, it's a button interface, but a dive into settings switches to Android 10's copied from iOS gesture system, and this now seems far more natural. Most impressively, from my point of view, Xiaomi seems to have taken something of a leap in its camera software and imaging pipeline in the last year, with the 64 megapixel quad Bayer shooter on the back here producing excellent 12 megapixel at 16:9 results in all light conditions and without the excessive over sharpening that Samsung now loves so much in 2020. See the samples here. You also get a terrific 5 megapixel macro camera using telephoto tricks to get optically closer for very arty results, should you be into shooting flower stamen, coins, keys, that sort of thing. Plus the obligatory wide-angle shooter, also very good. It's imaging done right on a relative budget, and I was very impressed. But on with the hardware in general. The back looks like brushed metal, but is actually glass. There are superb clear tough cases supplied in the box, and I'd advise you to put this on straight away since the phone is otherwise very slippery. There's also a plastic factory fitted screen protector, but I peeled this off and went for the full direct glass experience and was glad I did. The 6.7-inch 1080p Super AMOLED screen is lovely and HDR10 Plus rated. My 50-something eyes can't really detect the pixelation from 1080p or limitations from the 60Hz refresh rate. Though, as usual, if you're a young 20-something, then yes, look for QHD and 90 or 120Hz, and good luck to you, but you will pay a lot more. Under the display is the latest optical fingerprint scanner, and it worked just fine for me. This tech seems to have finally come of age. The lack of notch or cutout or bezels means just one thing. The 20 megapixel selfie camera is of the pop-up variety. It's tough. It auto-retracts when you drop the phone and produces good results. But the best bit is the dual LED strip system that lights up for no other reason than to look and sound cool. And yes, you can customize both the color and the sound effect in settings. Nice one, Xiaomi. Up top is a 3.5mm audio jack, always great to see in 2020. It's not massively powerful in terms of driving headphones, LG style, but it's lovely to have the option to wire up when needed. There's an always-on display system, off by default but easy to turn on, and you get plenty of customization options again. I went for this digital flower effect, and don't worry, the battery impact seems minimal and the whole thing moves around the display once a minute to, well, avoid burn-in. Battery is a whopping 4700 mAh fed up to Power Delivery 3 and Quick Charge 4 Plus standards up to 30 watts. What you don't get, sadly, is Qi wireless charging. I guess this is down to saving a few extra dollars on the bill of materials, given the price point being hit here, but maybe the extra millimetre for the coils wasn't possible. Not a huge issue for most people, but I personally am so used to Qi these days that I do miss it. Oh well. Aside from lack of Qi charging, I've only one other complaint. There's just the one speaker and no pretense at stereo. Here's a sample for volume. I do like my stereo phone speakers for watching YouTube and Netflix, and the component here is bare bones a bit and a bit harsh by modern standards. But lack of Qi and mono speaker are my only complaints in what is otherwise a stunning piece of modern technology. With an entry-level price of €500 for the 6GB 128GB model in Europe, the price in the UK is likely to be between $450 and $500, so this could be a no-brainer for someone who wants a screamingly fast flagship, and for whom my couple of caveats aren't an issue. The POCO F2 Pro is stunningly well made and spec'd, and yet doesn't require you to take out a second mortgage to pay for it.